Hello everybody, what's up? How you doing? Cedric Procedure here, CR Wrestling Commentary. We'll be reviewing Friday Night SmackDownish, which is on the verge of their Netflix Raw debut. And we haven't seen that yet. It's kind of busy over here.
It is. Stuff's going on. It's
busy. So look, we're gonna just jump right on into this. And it's 3 hours. I don't agree with the 3 hours. I don't. And I think Raw's going to get their 3 hours back. I just, there's no need for wrestling to have 6 hours like that, you know?
No, it's not. I guess they're confident they can hold everyone's interest.
Oh, they can, and they can. It's just, how can I say this? If you got 2 hours, you know, you have to crunch entrances down. You can't have people coming out taking 10 minutes just for their entrances. And then commercials sometimes. So you, like later, Naomi, she come out, her entrance was fairly short-ish, but then she's got to hold the audience attention and keep prancing in the ring for 5 to 7 minutes. And when they got back from commercials, they did commercials.
And then, of course, if you got an entrance like, what's his name? What's Yeet's name?
Oh, Jay Uso.
I think his entrance went over 15 minutes.
And then I think, did they do commercials after that? Or during it? I can't remember. But, you know, crunch that time. Don't add a whole hour because we know most of that hour is going to be wrestling intros. Get rid of the wrestling entrances so, you know, make them shorter.
Make them shorter, add some matches.
If the entrances aren't like Chris Benoit, then, you know, it might be taking way too much time. You know, you come out to do minutes. Arn Anderson, Chris Benoit, Malenko, Saturn, you know, Stevie Richards, Raven, people like that. Steve Austin, The Rock.
You know who's got a short intro? What's her name? She just, Tiffy Stratton.
Yeah, Tiffy.
Hers is simple.
Yeah.
She ain't got no pyro. She just come out and she get in the ring.
Oh, it's Tiffy time. It takes a while, yada, yada. Her physical entrance is short. But, you know, you got the music, the delay. That takes a while. Okay. So, Cody, he comes out, and he's got that ugly belt. He hypes up WWE going to Netflix, SmackDown going to 3 hours, and finally he and Kevin Owens Royal Rumble ladder match. So he gets all that out of the way. Then Drew McIntyre comes out. He takes a very long time to get to the ring. He stares a hole into Cody, and then he hugs him, confusing everybody. And due to Drew's accent, we just have a little fun. It sounded like it said Cody paid off a lot of Jews to get where he is. Like, what? What he said was you paid a lot of dues.
Yes.
But you paid a lot of Jews to get to where you are. I'm like, what?
Like, Drew, what are you getting into?
What's going on? You know, it ain't anti-Semitic. It's just
weird.
Yeah, but no, we'll just have a little fun. But yeah, Cody paid his dues to get where they are. Drew calls Owens like an idiot with like the fans and their replica belts and stuff. So the fans were like, "Boo, we were neutral." And he's like, "Yeah, I got my heat back a little bit." Drew tells Cody that he wants to help him, and Cody runs down a list of similarities and ends that, "I don't believe you. You want to throw hands? You want to come after this belt because that's what everybody wants? You know, look, you can come get it right now." And I'm like, okay, I'm liking that. And then Drew just walks around him, leaves the ring. He's like, look, man, I'm trying to help you. But you know what? You need to watch your back. He's like, watch my back. And then Kevin Owens attacks him from behind. I was like, he never lied to you.
No.
He said you need to watch your back. And you did not watch your back. That's on you.
Mm-hmm.
And Cody, he fights back. The staff breaks it up. And then Cody's the one that gets to leap on the corner pile of people.
Yep.
You know, because that's what the fans, that's what they mark out for. They want to see who jumps on the pile of people. And I bet you that's a harken back to like, man, when I was a kid, I'd jump on the leaves that my parents raked up or something. And see, I'm going to ruin all that for y'all right now. Y'all have no idea the little mites and stuff that got in you from them leaves.
I never jumped on the pile of leaves.
Huh?
Never did it.
It's like a leap of faith. Because you can put the leaves up and it looks thick and it's not.
Just plummet to the ground.
Yes. A flat back bump on dirt. The original soft ground wrestling.
Dang.
And so you learn to make them leaves tight, pack them up. Then you jump on them and you're like, yay. And then you look at the mess you made and you realize in order to do it again, you got to rake them up.
Rake them back up.
Yeah, lose all lust. You just go play basketball after that.
Huh.
So next we got the United States title match. Shinsuke Nakamura, the champion who comes out first versus Andrade. Well, El Idolo Andrade. Not Andrade the Idol, but the Idol Andrade. And on Nakamura's intro, the fans were eerily silent.
They probably don't know what to make of it.
I mean, he's a heel. He did bad things. They booed him before. Now it's almost like Dad came down the aisle with the belt saying, I can get to wherever you are. And the fans like, I ain't going to say anything. It was quiet. Literally, if somebody would say, okay, this is our arena sound when there's no one in it, you would have got away with it. So it was a normal match, you know. They did their things. The sliding German from Nakamura was all right, but you can see where he touched him, but didn't grab Andrade. So Andrade just threw himself back on the mat. I was like, y'all need to work on that sliding German a little bit. Nakamura removed the top buckle padding and Andrade drop kicked him into it. That was nice. That was nice because it looked bad. Not like a botch or anything. Just it looked like he messed him up, and that was pretty good. Nakamura he drops Andrade's face onto the top corner post, hit the Bomaye, got the pin, and I was like, well, okay. Made short work of it. It was going, then bam, bam, done.
Yeah. But, to me, it makes sense. I mean, because if he legitimately hit his face on the metal pole, what more you got to give after that?
Yeah. Except more blood.
So?
Yeah, he didn't bleed, but, but it was good. It was like, he is out cold. And I was like, no, he ain't. He's moving. And, yeah, you can move while you are unconscious. It is quite common. There's people that get up and they're walking around and there's nobody home. And right after that, LA Knight, he runs in, attacks Nakamura, and then Nakamura just kind of pushed him away and he's like, I got to get up out of here. Evaded the snapmare driver and got his belt and was leaving, and the fans booed him. She was like, we're mad you didn't let him beat on you.
Yeah, I mean, he's supposed to escape. That's the whole point.
Y'all need to be careful what y'all boo. Y'all really do.
LA Knight, his pants are too tight.
Yeah. He was looking a little pale up top. Not that the blood circulation,
Too dang tight.
So now in the back, they're trying to make Pretty Deadly into something as they confront Apollo Crews. Crews slips away when I think it's Las Garza Fantasma, I guess, I don't know. They confront Pretty Deadly, and then they strong arm Pretty Deadly. And I'm like, the Garzas look kind of like oversized bullies because they got size on them. They're not as tall as Pretty Deadly, but Pretty Deadly look like the kinds that should run and with their hands in the air hollering, they fighting.
Yeah, it's like I guess they're wrestlers. They're
are
a tag team. But when La Garza grabbed them and started jacking them up, they surely didn't respond like wrestlers. They just kind of like, grabbed their pearls.
Y'all messing with Cell number 4 on the 9th
I
floor.
was like, you go do something? They didn't do nothing, but look terrible in their clothes.
Yep. And then staff come in with all this. They break it up. DIY, they come in and they defend pretty deadly. These fine, upstanding people. I don't know what word I would use for that. There's a litany of words that I could use. I'll just say over the top.
Oh, okay.
Bombastic.
Extra.
There you go. What I wrote here in my notes was they gave a wink and a nod. They told them, that they need to assure that DIY has a successful defense against Motor City machine guns.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, all right.
We get it. We hear the wink, wink.
Yep.
But I got another thing of pretty deadly. Is that what they're called?
Yeah.
They don't know how to coordinate.
No.
They look terrible.
I think
it's not because the clothes were effeminate. No, it's just like they just grabbed two things that was like, oh, this will work, and it really doesn't. I think the one that had on the pink and white is colorblind.
You know who Pretty Deadly is?
Who?
If y'all watch Harley Quinn, they're Bane without
without being endearing.
Yes. I want you all to read my script. It's a good script. It will make everyone entertained. That's about where they are. And I think Pretty Deadly would make a really good babyface tag team. And I think they need to speak like babyfaces trying to make a difference.
They need to show that they are either pretty or deadly or both, because as it stands now is neither.
Their style needs to not try to... People try to be all brutish and power wrestlers and heavy strikes. No, you can see that they should be evasive. They should tie somebody up. They should be almost like the possums from Ice Age. They should be all over the place, evading you, knocking you down, tripping you up, double team moves back to back. And I mean simple double team moves, double elbow, double knee, a double suplex, everything as much double as possible. Hit it, get in, hit the double, one get out. They should have a style. Tag teams don't necessarily have a style, and I can see Pretty Deadly with that style.
Have you ever seen them wrestle?
I tried to watch. I couldn't do it. I couldn't make it.
It was that bad?
Yep. But it's not them. It's not them. It's how WWE uses them. You can see it. They won't doing what they would normally do. Because the thing is, when they were wrestling, I could see what I needed to see. And it's a certain look in an athlete's eye when they're focused and they know what they're doing. And that told me that they can't do what they want to do. Or at least what they can be retrained to do, but do it efficiently. I can see they're being held back. So I'm curious to how they would be if they were used as a legitimate tag team instead of this.
Comedy act.
Huh?
A comedy act.
Yes. Next we got Michin versus Piper Niven, and Michin won with her finisher.
Didn't want to watch.
Didn't care.
Knew who was going to win.
Exactly.
Knew who should have won.
Yep. We knew who, as she said, knew who was going to win, and we also know who should have won. Niven's got a nice black hole slam.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't do it so well on the floor because she's trying to protect Michin.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. So next, Paul Heyman introduces himself, and this is masterful how he does this. It's conversational, it's explanatory, it's all of that. But he talks up the tribal combat match between Solo and Roman. He makes mention that he and Reigns trained Solo extensively to be the tribal chief when it was his time.
In the future.
The future. He called Solo a twisted son of a bitch for stealing the Ulafala. And then Paul talks about Solo's rise to power and puts over the choice of henchmen and talked about how reprehensible they were, how much of a reprobate each one of them were, how they're just goons and stuff. He put them over as vile heels.
Mm-hmm.
He did a great job. But this is a recap. That's all. Paul Heyman literally is recapping from last year WrestleMania up till today.
Mm-hmm. Just to get you caught up.
Yep.
What's in store.
He explained the rules of the match, and there are none except that there must be a winner. Then Solo makes his way out to the ring, confronts Heyman. Paul's like, I want you to know that I'm about 10 seconds from pissing my pants. But the whole time Solo's coming out, commentary, Cedra, me, why don't you lead the ring, man?
Lead the ring.
Lead the ring. You know how to get in the ring.
Why don't you get out?
There you go.
Why wait for the beating?
So, Paul reminds everyone how they put him through a table, and if he blinks the wrong way, it's probably going to happen again.
What
and he makes sure you know in front of his family and whatnot.
He working hard.
Yep.
Put Solo over.
Solo lays his hand out. Paul's like, oh, crap. And he places the microphone in it. Solo tells Phoenix, Arizona to acknowledge him, and they boo.
Yep.
Solo wants Paul to hold the Ulafala at their match and do the right thing. If Roman wins, then he'll acknowledge him. However, he's like, when I win, you'll place that around my neck. And at that moment, I will own the Ulafala and I will own you. And thus Roman will be forced to acknowledge me. And I was like, that's good. It's all laid out. Everybody knows what's going on.
Yep.
And they had the crowd won't cheering like foolishly. They had a few OTC chants. No, they were paying attention. Paul Heyman talks. You do listen. And to be honest with you, it was hard to type and listen because I just wanted to sit and listen. He's good at what he do. Tag title match, DIY champions. They came out first versus the challengers, Motor City Machine Guns. It's odd not saying the.
Uh-huh.
And it was a decent match, but it was just, to me, it was very standard. They didn't go all out. Motor City Machine Guns, this was their version. This was their, how can I say, TV level big match style. We have seen matches. Look, Motor City Machine Guns versus Beer Money Inc.
So long ago.
And so, wow, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just saying, stuff like that. What was it? Motor City Machine Guns against America's Most Wanted. There's a lot of tag matches that they had back in the day. TNA, Ring of Honor we know how they can get down. They still move well, like they haven't lost a step. Problem is, Pretty Deadly, they came out as we thought. And then Los Garzas, or whatever their name is, they tried to stop Pretty Deadly. And so they get into the ring, it's a ruckus, get thrown into the match, and it's a DQ or it's thrown out. I don't know. DIY keeps the belt though. That's all we know. They don't say if it's a DQ. They don't say if it's thrown out or no contest. I don't know. In the back, Owens and Jey Uso, they bump shoulders, and Jey says, you need to watch where you're going. And Owens like, you need to watch your back. And what did Jey do? He looked behind him.
He did.
You need to watch your back. Huh? What's going on? What's back there? Yeah, it could be a trick. Watch your back. You look back and you get hit in the face. From the one that told you to watch your back. But he didn't go with what Cody did. He watched his back. So Aldis wants Cody to start risking his health. as he confronted him in the back before the Rumble. And Cody's like, look, man, you the boss and all that, but you know what? I'm this champion. I'm the undisputed champion, and I'm going to call my shots when I get the chance. That's pretty much all that was. And then a women's title match, Naomi versus Nia Jax. I can't believe I wrote this many notes. But we skipped a lot, didn't we?
Yep, we did.
We skipped a lot. And because I'm like, this is just for Naomi to lose? This was the third time losing to Jax? Fourth time if you count tag team. Nope, tag team she won. So I'm like, why are you throwing her to the wolf? Why is Naomi your whipping post? Why? So, you know, so we skipped and stopped with Jax hitting a super leg drop for a 2 count. Naomi hit a tornado DDT for a 2 count. Then a rope hung tombstone for a 2 count. A blockbuster off the top rope for a 2 count. A beautiful, awesome crucifix driver for a 2 count. Then Candice LeRae tries to distract, and Bianca beats her down, just whoop up on her. And then Jax hit her with the title belt. Then she got in the ring. And Naomi counters a super slam with the throw, because I saw that coming 8 years ago. And then Tiffany comes in, teases Cash to get in, only to throw the ref over the railing, which made no sense. Naomi, and then she hit Naomi in the head with the case. Jax hit her finish, 1, 2, 3. And Jax landed right. She did that bonsai drop right on Naomi's pelvis. That could have had a bladder release right there. That would have been bad. I'm just saying.
You're saying correctly.
So Jax boasts, then Tiffany hits her in the back of the head with the case. And then she dispatches with Candice LeRae. Then Bianca hits her finish on Jax. Then Tiffany cashes in. The place blows up. She hits her finish and wins the belt. It was a damn good moonsault too. And then I had to note there was a ton of wrong with how this came to be. I'm not going to ruin it for everybody. There was a lot of things I didn't like. Some glaring things. You know, and then I had to note also that they teased this for months, and they made sure the fans really wanted it instead of just wanting Jax to lose. Because that's what it was with Motor City Machine Guns. Yay, you're somebody. Half the crowd, we know you. The other half, who are you? 3 matches later, they do it. CR Fire Pro style. 3 matches later, then they get a title shot, they win. Okay, cool, no problem. But after they beat Bloodline, because they got a massive pop that night. They didn't care after that. The fans like, you got off of them, we don't care about you, you can leave, go back to where you came from. But for this, I think they was making sure that the fans wanted Tiffany to win. I hope that's what was happening. So now, we have someone else for Naomi to lose to until someone more qualified can take it from Tiffany. Appearance-wise, Tiffany would look great wearing that belt. She would. So now we get to, let's see, I don't know if is this the main event? Yeah, this is the main event. Jacob cut a good promo all about loving Solo. And then, you know, when he wakes up, and opens his eyes, he realized he loves Solo. Just saying, I'm just saying, not a good sound. I must question, is Solo still there in the bed or not? And if that even makes a difference, you know, just saying, you know, just have a little fun with it. Because, you know, when I open my eyes and I realize I love Cedra, I'm like, well, you know what? That was a great night before. They all say my hair look good. Yeah, and then they nut. I gotta be so mean. If y'all know where that's from, good grief.
Why you gotta be so ugly?
God, that's what it was.
Yeah. You think she look like a swamp duck hose? Why don't you tell her I do?
Dre?
A swamp duck hose.
For real. So, they have a little bit of fun though. So, it's a 6-man tag match. Oh, wait, before we get to that match. Because this happened literally in that order. Promo, come to the ring. LA Knight's in the back. He cuts a good promo and informs everybody that, you know, he's going to get the U.S. belt next week. So now it's Solo Sikoa Tamatanga and Jacob Fatu versus the Usos and Sami Zayn for the night. He's Sami Uso. There's 3 Usos.
Huh.
So, you know, they all look alike anyway. It's 3 twins.
Uh-huh.
You could tell them apart because one of them, you know, you can tell because their hair is a little bit lighter and a little bit longer, but not too much.
Oh, is that the problem? Okay.
So the Usos' entrance was super long, and the fans were hyped the whole time. They were, and I'm gonna say it. They're no Leon France.
Not even close.
Because that was off the meat wagon. The food fell off the truck and the people went to it.
They all got the memo.
Yes.
They're gonna turn this wrestling show out.
So they jumpstart the match. You know, it was a good brawl, and leaving the Usos in the ring. They go to the break. They come back. It was a decent match. It was good. Everybody got their stuff in for the most part anyway. Jimmy, he was at one point when Fatu was on the mat. Jimmy was on the apron. Jimmy was talking to him for a very long time. He was crawling next to him, and I was like, okay, he's talking to him. What are they trying to do? But he went up top, and Jacob, he had to roll into position. So I'm thinking they was sitting there like, this is going to look done. They were probably trying to hash out how it's going to look. But it's like, you don't have a choice. You know, Jacob, you kind of fell in the wrongish area, and you was probably supposed to be on the other side of the ring. They was probably having fun and laughing about shit, to be honest with you. But Jimmy, he did the Superfly Splash and landed damn near feet first. And understandably so, coming back from a broken toe. And it's probably too soon. But you got to get back in that ring. It ain't been, what, a month? You know, if that. So, and Fatu hit the BME, got the pin. No, the pin was broken up. Drew McIntyre comes out. Jay planches him. Jacob tags in Solo. Jay kicks him off of the apron. And then Jay was focused on Jacob. So he got he got his move in. Went for the pin. He had the vertical single leg hook. And then he didn't realize that Jacob was the illegal wrestler. And then, well, Solo came in, Samoan Spike, 1, 2, 3. And that was the end of the show. The Bloodline owned the ring, and I kind of can't wait to see, you know, Monday Night Raw. I do want to see everything. So with that, we're going to close this down right now, right here.
Yep.
So this has been Cedric Cedric for CRWC commentary for Friday Night SmackDown-ish. And with that, I want y'all to be cool, be chill, be safe. And we will see you next time. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, click it, click that bell, click it.